Alright, hello AP Bio. This video is going to walk through how to create a digital notebook. This is my template one. You don't have to follow it exactly, but the fundamental principles of it in terms of like page numbers, title page, and table of contents are required. With Google Docs, we can create interactive digital notebooks. This is going to allow me to see that like you're keeping up with the notes, and it's kind of hard to do it with a physical notebook because then you would have to take pictures of it or show me during your Zoom call, which is what I don't really want. um, so for now we're going to be switching to a digital notebook, but I would highly recommend you have a physical notebook, because when we get into the start of the school year, in person school year, you will need a physical notebook. So what I would recommend is just get a composition notebook. You will need one composition notebook, not a spiral notebook, because I don't want the pages to rip out. And the composition notebook is where you will essentially duplicate that. If anything, what we'll do is we'll take the digital notebook, we'll print it out in like a page size that fits into your composition notebook, and then you'll start it like that. So here's how you start it. This first page is going to be your title page, and I just threw in a picture of anything, but you can throw in like a picture of something that you want to represent AP Bio. And then here I have my student name, let's just say my name, and then teacher name, let's just say, I guess, my name again, but oops, put the Mr. version of it. And then room number is 101. Just put that there for now. I know we're all distance, but yeah, 101. That's the room that we'll go in once we get back eventually. And then the second page is the table of contents. So how you set this page up is you create a table. So you go to insert table and a 2x2, or a 2x2. And on the first one, you type in topic. On the second column, you type in page number. And what I have here is essentially just like a 2x2, and then you just keep clicking tab, and it will keep creating rows. And what I want is for the table of contents page to start a new page every time. So I don't want the rows to bleed into the next page. So what I did was, let me just delete this row. If you click right underneath the table, this is why I had you do a 2x2. I'll just show you. So, whoops, delete 20 rows. So this right here is like a 2x3 right now, which is totally fine. I can keep creating rows by clicking tab, and it creates a new row. And I don't want, like when my table extends onto the next page, I want it to start a new page. So how you do that is you click right at the end of the table, and you see how structure of water and hydrogen bonding kind of like carries over to that table. I want that to be separate, and the best way of doing it is insert page break, and then it splits it onto a new page. So the reason why we do that is because, check it out, if you keep clicking tab and you create all the rows. Now let's say that you need more, which you will. See how it automatically pushed it onto a new page? That's what we want. We want it to start a new page to keep it clean and organized. So as soon as this one bleeds into the third page, check it out, boom, it pushes everything down. And that's what you really want. So it keeps pushing it down so you have that gap. And that's the perfect like formatting and order that we want, so that it keeps it organized. All right, so the next thing, table of contents. So I already created one sample page right here. So I have 1.1 structure of water and hydrogen bonding. That's our first topic. And originally, this was just normal text, but I don't want it normal text. So the reason why is because we're going to link it into the table of contents. So I would just actually delete this right here. So I want to make this a heading. So how you do that is you go up to normal text, heading 1. That's my entire topic. Now, I'm going to have like sections. This is the most organized way to divide it. So when you're taking notes, you want to divide it into sections. So everything below here is regarding elements and compounds. So I'm going to highlight elements and compounds and make that heading 2. So it's not as big as heading 1, but it's pretty distinguished. And I can even bold it if I want. I can bold, underline this one to keep it organized. However you want to format that. But this is required. The main topic has to be heading 1, or heading 1. The mini subtopics have to be heading 2. And now in order to hyperlink it, what we do is I want 1.1 structure of water and hydrogen bonding to be that first section. And then sometimes a topic is going to be huge. So you're going to see that in topics 1.3 to 1.6. The video for it is 1.5 hours long. So if I just link just that heading 1, it's going to have so much content in it that's hard to identify later. So I want you to also to link your headings too. So heading 2 is elements and compounds. So I'm going to do elements and compounds. Now, what I can do is I can link it so that when I click on 1.1, it brings me automatically to 1.1. So let's try that. I'm going to go insert hyperlink, or link right here. Control K is also what I could do. And you see this section right here where it says headings. Click on that. And I want it to link to 1.1 structure of water hydrogen bonding. Apply. And now when I click on this, it'll automatically push me down to 1.1. Now let's try that with elements and compounds. I'm going to press Control K or insert link headings elements and compounds. Apply. And now when I click on this, it'll bring me automatically down to heading elements and compounds. Now let's practice creating like another section. It's still within topic 1.1. So what I'm going to do is, this is the lecture video before the lab. And the next section is properties of elements. So let's write properties of elements. And this right here, this slide is just going over the basics of it. Basics of elements. So there are 92 recognized elements. So because I made the PowerPoint, when I'm writing it into my notes, it's in my own words. But I want you to write this inside your own words. I don't want you to copy my exact slide because there's no point to that. I want you to summarize it and paraphrase. So if I were to do that, I'd say there are 92 recognized elements, but 25 are the essential to life. Of those 25, 4 make up the majority of living matter. All right. So it's not too much to paraphrase here, but I could say 92 elements and of the 92, of these, 25 are essential to life. 4 elements make up the majority of living matter. So I didn't get to paraphrase that one. It's kind of hard to paraphrase something that you wrote to me. It's making me reload it. Okay. Okay, and then in order to summarize this, I know that carbon is C, oxygen is O, hydrogen is H, nitrogen is N. So instead of copying that, I'm just going to write COHN, 96% of living matter. So what I'm going to also do is throw in an image. So there is a really quick way of doing it. You could go to images.google.com and drag it in, but here's a trick. You see this little explore button? If you click on it, and then I click where I want the image to be, Let's say I want to throw in 4 most important elements. Let's see if there's an image that helps me to understand that. And it seems like most of it's revolving around the periodic table. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to fast forward a bit on the video. And I see that in the video they're talking about atoms. So I'm going to throw in an image of an atom to help me understand atoms. That atoms have protons, neutrons, electrons. So let's throw this in. So I just click on the image, and I press insert, and it automatically puts it in. Then I want to resize it to a small size. And now I have an image there. And I want to center it just to make it organized. So I included an image to help me understand it. And the way that I did that was just by clicking on the Explorer, typing in what I want an image of. Let's say I want an image of a heart. And I go to images. I can insert a heart really easily without having to leave my notebook. Cool. Now I have this second part right here, the properties of elements, but I can't link it because this isn't a heading. So I'm going to have to go and make this a heading 2. Remember, heading 1 is specifically for the topic. Heading 2 is for your sections. So this section right here is talking about properties of elements. So let's go ahead and write properties of elements. And I'm going to link it to properties of elements, apply, and now when I click on that, it'll automatically bring me down to page 3. Cool. So we did it. That's all we need. And I wouldn't touch the page numbers until you're done with everything. The reason why is because as you extend your table of contents, your page number is going to change. So like if I make another page for my table of contents, my page number changes. So what I would do is just pre-make 3 pages of, I would make 3 pages of table of contents just so that you can fill it in. And even though it shifts, it's linked to that. So as it shifts, I can automatically still go to the new location. So that's the great part about the table of contents. So now I know that this right here is page 4. So elements and compounds is on page 4. Properties of elements is on page 5. And together, they are page 4 through 5. And then I can even differentiate this heading or this topic by adding in like a light color to it, just so that I know that this is the main topic and then these are subtopics underneath. And then eventually I'm gonna get to like 1.2, which is like elements of life. Let's say that's page 6. I can make that yellow. Whoa, wrong yellow. I can make that yellow, and now I have a defined heading right here, and it'll automatically link it to the new stuff. So that's how I create my digital notebook. You all will be using a digital notebook for this class. And for this week, what assignments you have are, number 1, create the Who Am I slides, due Sunday. And number 2, you're going to watch 1.1 structure of water and hydrogen bonding up until 23:14. So you have 23 minutes of video. And during class, we're going to be diving into practice questions about it, just so that we can apply what we learned into applicable real-world problems. So that's your task for this week. If you have any questions, let me know. I look forward to working with you all.